All right, we're live. League Zero, Week 2, Intermediate. Content Credence versus Mob Mentality. I'm Volcanor. I'm going to be your play-by-play caster. And
My name is Hedwig. I'm the Expert Division Coordinator for League Zero, and I'll be your color caster. We're also joined today by our lovely host Dividing and our lovely streamer Knock on Wood. So, Volcanor, how are you feeling today about today's match?
it's going to be a match.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Yeah, I think they're going to be. I mean, I think we're going to have a closer match than what we've seen the first week, where I think two of the games went 3-0.
Yes, well, we do have to realize, I believe both Content and Mob were part of those 3-0 games, if I remember correctly.
Right.
The thing is, though, Content last week, due to strikes, did not actually have their main tank, which was definitely a very large detriment to them. But even so, if I remember correctly, the match was still semi-close. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do now that they hopefully have their full starting roster.
Right. And I'm looking, and I do recognize some of these names of these players from last season: Tyranitar and Phone from Mob Mentality. I recognize from last season. I have actually shoutcasted with Tyranitar as well last season at some point. I believe I recognize Kilroy's name.
I recognize specifically Silent Sword, as I remember he was a
Oh, yes,
novice last season, and he was
that's right.
extraordinarily good on Geometric. He was one of the key reasons that they did end up winning the whole season.
That's right.
Now he's up in our intermediate division, which is where he probably belonged to begin
Right.
with.
Yeah.
First map is, did they actually choose Horizon Lunar Colony?
No. Who
No.
gets first map pick, Hedwig?
Mob Mentality gets first map pick.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm like, I don't even know if Horizon is in our map pool. I don't think it is,
I don't think
because
it is
it's
either.
out of the competitive map pool.
Also because no one likes it.
This is fair. I'm just interested to see what these two teams can really do.
Right, and it will be interesting to see, as you mentioned, Content Credence, right? Were missing their main tank, or do I have that backwards?
No, you're correct.
Yes. Okay. Content Credence missing their main tank last week, so their game last week not necessarily truly showing what the team's like.
We're just waiting, I'm guessing, for both the
Mob
map and also
Mentality has chosen Ilya.
Ilios. So
Ooh.
what I'm suspecting is probably some boop strategies, and then
Yep.
maybe some Widow duels.
Yeah.
The main thing with Widow, especially on that not third point, Ruins, is that she now has fall off, so she actually can't one-shot a Widowmaker or an enemy across the map anymore. That's about one of the very few places in the whole game that happens.
Right. So, and that patch went live between last week and this week, right?
Oh God, no.
No?
That's an old patch.
Listen, I've been playing other games. I don't necessarily play Widow, so I don't notice stuff. I just notice I get in one's face and die. So
fair enough. Just waiting from the R from both teams. Who are you most interested to see on both of these teams? Like, is there a player that you don't know anything about, or a player you do know a lot about and want to see how well they're going to do?
I am definitely interested in Silent Sword. I do remember him from last season, you're correct, where he was on Geometric, and I definitely want to see how he performs now that he's moved up to the intermediate level. And I guess from CC,
maybe Vantage?
Yeah.
Gotta be honest, Vantage and Fangus are probably the only two names on that roster that are really familiar to me. Now that's, and Tyranitar, obviously.
Right.
Now that's not to say that the other three players aren't very skilled in their own right. It's just I don't know them, and that's really exciting to me, because if I don't know the players, then that means our league is growing and we're getting more players that we've never even heard of.
Real quick, G-Lagon, before you go into the match, G-Lagon is still on full spectator mode.
I don't know who that is.
The guy in spectators of San Francisco.
No, I know who that is. I just don't know who he would be on
Right.
team for because he's not in the registry. He's also a level 4 account. Oh, it's Little Pants. Um, why is he on that account? Um,
Uh,
okay, I guess that works.
yep. So it looks like we're ready for both teams. I think
Mm, oh, Kiss Shot is not here.
is
Dear Lord.
okay. Professional, by the way.
Professional streams, by the way. Why is Little here? I didn't even know Little Pants had any affiliation with either of these teams at all.
I yeah.
Phone is also someone I really want to watch out for because if I remember correctly, as staff, he was a border player, almost moving up to advanced, I want to say. So he's
I-
very, very good.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, again, it'll be interesting to see. Remember,
Dividing can catch me out in that if I'm wrong.
I that sounds about right. So yeah, it'll be interesting. MM said they are ready. CC is
Ready.
ready, and we are going into the match on Ilios and waiting to see which match we are going to have first.
First point will end up being
match.
Ruins. Ooh. All right. So what kind of comps are you? I'm expecting to see probably the standard, whatever it's called, Winston Zarya, maybe, or not Winston Zarya, Winston Diva.
Well, I think we could see either, honestly, Winston Zarya or Winston Diva. I think more likely see Diva here, but
Especially with
It-
these high grounds.
right, it wouldn't surprise me to see a Zarya. Although, I wonder if Vantage comes out on that.
If Vantage stays on this ball, I mean, ball is a very unique pick because of he leaves your team without a shield unless you're running monkey ball, which I wouldn't highly recommend. Div is just so powerful. Showing Rhine now, that's a bit more likely. Rhine
Zarya,
Zarya,
though.
this is
I
just
mean-
straight up brawl,
Right, it's not like it's a bad composition. It's just not what we normally see.
and you're also probably going to lose to the dive brawl comp that the enemy team is running because their tanks are going to live longer than yours because you're running into a Reaper Sombra.
Right, I was about to say it'd also be worth it to keep an eye on the Reapers here because they're gonna have some of the biggest parts of this entire fight as we get a bunch of just poke damage coming in. However, Silent Sword's already at half health.
Absolutely. He actually has to jump out not very far just to try and keep himself alive as Quirky dies somehow.
Must have gotten too close to the Reaper, and that'll leave Phone and Silent Sword without the healing that they need. As yeah, this first team fight is going CC's way.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see if either Silent or Jula decide to swap off their tanks, as it doesn't look like they will for this first fight.
I don't think they do. One of the main things is now that you know the team is playing Reinhardt Zarya, you definitely know you've got to you've got to do that jumping to the back line a lot more.
The question is, who really is your target? There's no one on this team that you can really focus besides maybe Lucio.
Right. Well, that was an early shatter, and that fight's over.
That's the other problem you were going to run into in running a Winston against a Reinhardt is that Winston's bubble breaks easily and can't really shield much, as you do see Silent and Jula both end up swapping to this mirror comp.
Right, and wait, did True and Mickey both switch to the Moira?
No, they just popped Cole last fight.
Okay.
Both of them popped Coalescence last fight.
Okay, I did not see it because everything else was happening. And
There's
that,
the range Graviton.
yeah, it does catch both tanks. Silent Sword looks like he might go down from this, but he's receiving excellent support from the rest of his team, actually. Gets fully healed back up. EMP on the 4, but it does not get QWERTY. And that'll be Phone with the Death Blossom after that sound barrier that saves the rest of his team, just cleaning up that fight.
A very nice TP gets him right outside the range of that EMP, so he could just fall onto the unsuspecting backline and blossom there.
Right. The two people that were not EMP'd were the two with ult, and that's part of why you use the EMP is make sure that doesn't happen. Coalescence comes out with the EMP onto 3. Tyranitar, again though, Lucio's doing a good job staying out of the EMP. Doesn't look like it'll be enough. Kiss Shot gets 3, including both tanks. That will be CC re-grabbing this point.
Phone is trying his hardest right now to kind of hard carry, as he does end up killing 2, and he builds 70% on his ult, but it's just not going to be enough.
No. I mean, again,
I mean,
if you're playing Sombra, one of your jobs is to make sure you get a support in that EMP.
Now, do notice that the only ultimate actually on either side right now is this Graviton, followed closely by Phone's ult.
Oh, that'll be huge. The Reinhardt's right there. Just swing away.
Silent does fall rather low, though.
Yeah, well, Mob Mentality, though, I think are still going to win this fight no matter what. They lose Kilroy, but with that, just the damage from the Reinhardt and the Graviton Surge doing too much. But
Once
99.
Again, still only ults showing from the side of Mob Mentality. The other side is mainly, oh, what's the word? The other side is close to many ultimates, but doesn't have any of them.
Right, and this is a very slow... We haven't seen too many ultimates actually come out this game, as Longer uses a Coalescence to open it up, and Phone gets nobody with the actual Blossom, but it'll help you get the follow-up on the Kiss Shot.
A very
and again,
strange fight, though.
Definitely, and what makes it even stranger is somehow CC flipped the point. So during that fight, there was no capture percentage being pushed forward by Mob Mentality.
Which honestly might screw them over, because now, instead of only having 1 fight left, they're going to have 2. And they have a lot of ults to they have almost 6 ults to take this fight. Their only chance is a very early EMP. What did you take?
5-man, but again, it doesn't get the support.
Might not need it, though.
Right, I mean, Fluffy's out alone on the side. He's gonna get killed mid-Coalescence. And that'll be a 1 fight for them, as the rest of CC just back off.
But once again, if they had that capture point, this would be a 1 fight. But now they have to fight against a tidal wave of 5 ults with none of their own. 2 are being built right now, but...
4-man EMP. Vantage dies instantly to just the point-blank shots from his phone. Graviton coming out from Fangus, but he will die as well. Again, Phone doing what he can. Kiss Shot's gonna get this Ryan. There's no way he stays alive. Phone's gonna respawn with the Death Blossom of his own. But it's so back and forth.
Phone is trying his hardest. I think this is his 4th kill now.
Yeah, it is.
Single-handedly, Phone just killed their entire enemy team.
Phone just gets a sextuple kill out of nowhere, and they win. Mob Mentality come out of nowhere from like 99 to 30 to finish at 99 to 100.
I'm sorry. That fight was 5 ultimates against nothing. And Phone killed 6.
I want to know how Vantage died originally, because that first pick was huge. You get rid of not only the Earth Shatter, but this huge part of your team composition about getting them onto the point safely. And how did he die? Did he just let Phone walk into his face?
I'm guessing he was low and he needed to... I'm guessing what happened was he fell rather low and he panic shattered. Now we're seeing 2 entirely different compositions, though. One is just standard Rein Zarya meta, and one is a dive with a Pharah.
Well, this map does play itself very well to the Pharah, so it's Ilios. We'll always see some interesting stuff relating around the boobs. So that's definitely Pharah is a big part of that here.
Absolutely, especially as the Pharah is already 70% to her ult.
He was
Are you kidding me?
On the ground on one of those doorways, just firing point blank, 3 people standing in front of him through that in that doorway.
No, he has his ultimate.
Just takes a 4K, a 5K, gets his ult, and again, Mercy means even the kill on a silent sword doesn't mean anything. Oh my god.
Just, they have to swap off of the Reaper and onto McCree, a less damaged character, purely to try and deal with this Pharah. Will it be enough, though, is the main question.
I mean, it is most definitely pressuring Phone. He's gotten hit quite a few times. Kiss Shot doing a good job of hitting these shots. Not necessarily getting the kills, but definitely hitting.
The problem is he's also pocketed by Quirky, and they're doing a very
Right.
nice job of always staying with Phone.
Oh, that was not a good place to justice. I do not know what that was from Phone. Kiss Shot just takes him out of the sky. And with the Coalescence, the only ultimate used on the side of CC, they're just going to get this point practically for free. Why barrage there?
I don't
Why?
know. I think he was trying to go for that Moira. It just didn't end up working out for him all that well.
I mean, yeah, I honestly probably should have gone inside the building, but Diva Bomb comes out, doesn't get anyone, but does create the space needed for the rest of the team to move forward. Except for the 4-man EMP will shut down
Honestly,
everything.
does Phone even... Does this team even need their ultimates? Because it doesn't look like they need... I mean, yes, that EMP was massive. But just like, it looks like their DPS do more without their ultimates.
They really do, and that's what I was kind of saying a little bit earlier is on the other map is it was so little reliance on the ultimates. It seemed that and the same thing's happening here. And interestingly, as we can see, chat, Vantage shattered at the end there when literally no one else from his team was alive. So that's definitely a shatter he wishes he could have back.
Very large EMP from the side of Steady
Oh,
State.
no!
Ah!
Phone fell off the map. He just didn't have the thrusters to get back up, and that'll be the right way.
I think he was trying to sink below the ridge.
I think he was too, but
Just a little too low.
He just he didn't have any thrusters left, I don't think either. And that was just an easy fight win for the rest of CC.
This is... Oh, Lord. Now, however, it's at 88%. All they need to do is win one fight, and maybe Content gets a quick fight in, but probably not.
They'll need to win one fight and then take care of the stall, basically.
And
As
with...
we'll see.
Oh,
That was a much better shatter from Vantage, but Phone just comes around the side and kind of ends it.
I mean, it's a solo shatter onto a Diva, who's a very large target in the middle of the other team. Although that grab could be massive.
I knew gets no one.
Nothing.
And you're right, the grab, all these ultimates from CC just missing. And Kitschnab will take down Phone at the end, but
Just
you
gets
got
res.
6%. You got 6%. They will cause overtime as Winston's on right now.
The problem is he dies so quickly, speeds a bit away from the enemy team.
And the Winston got hacked as well. Diva Bomb on point. There's nothing you can really do at this point. You're just trying to stall and hope you get lucky.
Phone kills himself.
Yeah. And this
Actually, this is not winnable as they have no DPS.
Right, and this Wrecking Ball doing an excellent job just staying alive and causing chaos. He's gonna take down a support too. Both supports are dead. And this is totally winnable. It's just the tanks now.
A Silent for some reason chooses to pop his primal here. Honestly, I would have maybe saved it.
I don't blame him for popping it though, because you're kind of in a panic situation here. He will stay alive for such a long time. His DPS have got to be back in the fight by now, right?
They are. The problem is he's now popped his primal. They still have one fight left, but now they have no ults. Sure, both their support ults are close, and Jula will probably get his ult if he can live mid-fight. But you're coming up against around 4 ults on the other side.
Right, I do question that. It was weird because he primals, and you expect the rest of his team to come back and help him on point, but they don't. They just kind of let it fizzle out. And now you're trying to force yourself onto point with no ults. And this Coalescence from Mickey Fluffy is just gonna shred through people.
True Donger, though, does have his counter Coalescence as Phone is getting dangerously close to another barrage.
And Fluffy and Kiss Shot are both down, so we'll have to see. There goes the Moira for the...
Somehow Quirky gets a res!
How does he get that res onto Donger? How? In the midst of all that chaos, and that's the round. They're just cleaned
That
up.
should be. Yeah, that
How
was
do
a
you
messy fight.
How do you get that res though? There is no there is no world where that res should go through.
He's just sitting in the middle of point. You see the monkey try and tag him up and then leave after the res completes because he just dips.
Right. This was a good shot.
This is a very good shatter. It's just clean team wipe.
And he got so low too. You didn't even finish the kill onto the Mercy.
Lord. Well, that's 1-0 for Mob Mentality, as we now will move on to our second. Due to our changes in rotation, it will now be hybrid. What map do you think, if you were Content Credence, what maps would you avoid as hybrid?
Well, I would avoid it, but I would also love it because King's Row is King's Row.
It's the classic.
Right. I think you want to avoid Eichenwald though.
Ike is just such a far heavy map, and seeing Phone's Farah,
Exactly.
I would be terrified.
Two
King,
characters.
honestly, all of the maps are good for Farah, which is scary.
I think Hollywood would be your best bet to not give Phone
no.
as much freedom on that far though.
I'd say Kings, because here's the thing: is that King's second and King's third, Farah isn't as good. For Hollywood, that first point, very vulnerable to Farah. That second point is entirely open space. Yes, you have the high grounds, but Farah can get up there, and if Farah dislodges you, you're going to lose. Third point, Farah is worse because of the ceiling.
Right. And that is what I'm thinking of more than anything else, is that ceiling on third point.
King's Row.
So they are, well,
Not a shocker.
yeah.
It's Kings. Everyone loves Kings.
Right. Again, I don't really think you care between Kings and Hollywood, but you just do not want to put Eichenwald on the field when Phone just annihilated you.
If you put Eichenwald, I think you've officially just lost map 2. Like, unless
Right.
somehow one of CC's DPS is just a god level Farah. Speaking of CC, who on their team do you think impressed you the most? I'd have to say maybe Vantage for me.
I honestly, yeah. Even though some shatters, some questionable stuff, but Vantage impressed me. Kiss Shot seemed like your, I hate to say generic, but he seemed like your generic intermediate DPS player. He wasn't bad. He wasn't absolutely amazing.
I'd say he's steady. Like, he was getting decent kills, and when it mattered, he was able to get some of those kills. Like, when they won that fight that almost could have won Lighthouse, I believe it's called. When it almost won Lighthouse, that was off of a kill from Kiss Shot.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Phone somehow killing himself.
I think so. Yeah, I think Kiss Shot's been doing exactly what he needs to on this team. Vantage has been looking great. I think Fangus is doing okay. He played the Zarya and the Diva. Not the best Graviton surges, but he looked much better on the Diva, I think.
The main thing I'm noticing is it's a bit of a support difference. Like, if you take True versus Mickey, True's Coles had so much more value. And then you take T-Tar versus Quirtpeas. Quirtpeas beats, they were on point most of the time. Tyranitar, a lot of times they actually got canceled by EMPs. Or, like, just, they happened so late that someone was already dead.
Right. And I hate to say steady state. I don't know.
I honestly kind of forgot he was there. I have to be honest. I kind of forgot they had a second DPS.
Exactly the same. But I hate to say it, you're playing Sombra though. In most cases, Kilroy and Steady State both playing Sombra. We didn't say their names a lot because normally it's just the EMPs.
Yeah, and even then, you don't usually mention them by name. You just say, oh yeah, Sombra got the EMP. As we see Kiss Shot going for this early Widow pick, he's not going to find anything, and he just swaps right back.
Swaps to the Reaper. Pretty standard. Although,
on Echo?
Echo. Yes, and I do think this is a good idea.
I mean, obviously the Summer wasn't working that well, so why not try an Echo? Echo is a very strong character if you're good with her, because her ultimate is Well, no. I will not say it probably is. It is the best ultimate in the game.
Yes, because you can get every other ultimate really quickly, and Phone just walks into the backline and gets 2.
Oh my lord. Okay, if they want to win this, here's their challenge. Kill Phone. If Phone lives, they don't.
Listen, here's the thing. Phone's not on Pharah. You can't just have him splash damage himself anymore.
In fact, he does the opposite. He does damage and heals now.
Right. And it was a little bit weird because they were actually... Content Credence were looking at the hotel. And we're watching that door. And then Phone just walks right through the door and gets 2 kills.
Double coalescence at like the exact same time.
Although, again, Vantage, the early shatter. He gets shattered before anything else. Before anyone else.
The only problem is it doesn't really hit anyone. Oh, big EMP, however, T-Tar actually does get a really nice beat. No one can follow up on it.
He built that mid EMP too. And Jula will fall because of it with the sustain on the rest of the team.
That was
I don't know where the Reaper went.
Reaper died because
no. I meant Kiss Shot.
Oh,
he teleported, and I don't know how. I think he teleported like 2 feet.
He teleported off the map. That's here's the thing with Phone though, is that Phone was actually expecting, because I think he was around half health, to be able to get his health back from like killing tanks. The thing is, they did so.
Oh my
god.
Shatter, Death Blossom, stop everything. Steady. Oh wait, okay, never mind. I thought that was Kiss Shot for a second. It's Steady State. You might as well Death Blossom while
actually,
you. Okay.
This is winnable. This is now a very winnable fight.
After a panic Death Blossom that kills 1, brings Vantage back into the fight, who now has Shady Court, will get his 3rd kill essentially. And what was an amazing fight went from mob mentality just turns into a loss.
What the? That should have been a win. Phone did so well there with that Death Blossom.
He got a 3K. He got a 3K. With just the Death Blossom alone, and that comes back.
The difference was Kiss Shot also has the Death Blossom. I don't even know where he is.
I don't either.
Oh, he's behind the Reaper now.
Oh yeah, he's behind. He's gonna Death Blossom right here. It's so obvious, but again, and frankly, Kiss Shot not getting any kills with Death Blossom didn't even matter. It forced the Reinhardt to kind of broke the Reinhardt shield, forced him to back down, and just like that, without any stopping, they're on to point 3.
I mean, granted, second point isn't a point you usually see held a lot, unless it's like that very ending choke point.
Right.
But now they have 4.5 minutes and Phone?
Phone? Phone? That is a very good question mark right there. Phone? Can you fall? No, you can't fall right there. Where did he? He had to have fallen off the map.
Obviously, I just don't know. Silent Sword? Vantage?
Okay.
Both lines just shatter into their shields.
Nothing gained, nothing lost, I guess. Well,
except for their ult.
Oh no, Kiss Shot just fell off the map for it.
No,
that's gonna. Yeah, that's gonna be the retreat called from CC, but they've almost capped.
I have a question. Why does Echo's ult not get canceled by Sombra EMP?
That is a good question. I think it's the same reason like Soldier ult doesn't get canceled.
Well, Soldier ult also should get canceled. They're both technical abilities, aren't they?
I agree. Oh, the orb killed. No, he tried to run away.
He got skill orbed.
Oh.
There's nothing you can do against that.
Well, we get the more coalescence coming out from Donger. That's just gonna force everything back.
Don't really like that coalescence. Yes, it pushes them into spawn, but it's a waste of an ultimate with no kills and no technical fight win advantage.
And that's why I like the fact that CC just held their ults. Didn't try to fight that, didn't try to win it, just retreat into spawn, keep your health up, and move forward right after it.
Phone's sitting here, I'm guaranteed he's waiting. Yep, there it is.
Oh my gosh, so smart from Kilroy. So
he hacked Lucia.
Yep, Kilroy hacks Tyranitar with the right click hack and then EMPs everyone else.
So T-Tar doesn't even get a chance to use it, which is...
No. excellent job from Kilroy.
Now true, actually, almost as Coalescence got up. Well, Mickey had to use his last fight to try and keep people alive. Didn't end up working, but
No. And this car has moved so far back. It's now back in 2-fight territory. Sound barrier from both teams and grabs from both teams.
Sombra.
They say go to Sombra. Yep. I mean, in the midst of everything, it can be hard to copy, but Vantage gets squirt. That could be a
Probably
huge
get a
start.
EMP, yep.
And Phone, again, the only one with a kill. And free EMP because you're Echo.
Sombra. Or Echo,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
they
that's the fight win. That was a team wipe.
They will get a touch. Not gonna be a very...
Yes. Will they? Yes.
Yes.
No. Oh no! Silencer, no! Silence when he kills shot gets a free sound death blossom off of that. No! You could see that coming though. You could see that coming. Don't charge the point at Reinhardt when they have a Lucio.
Oh, that probably could have turned out a bit different if he didn't charge off the map.
Oh. Oh. Well, I don't know what changed, but this looks so much better from CC.
I mean, it's the Echo, I think.
I guess.
Maybe just Steady isn't a good Sombra, but he's a good Echo player. I don't know.
I would guess. I mean, I don't.
It's the only thing that changed in their compositions.
I know. That's what I'm trying to think.
Phone.
Or maybe they're just bad at control.
Phone has decided that he is okay. I would sincerely doubt Phone goes against his natural Pharah pick if he wants aerial maneuvers.
He might take the Echo battle, which actually won't be an Echo battle because Steady State's on the Mei.
Not shocking. This first point especially is very, very strong for Mei. Just wall that show. Now,
Do the Mei glitch.
Now, if Phone is on the Reaper or the whatever it's called, Pharah, then it won't be as effective. But who knows?
Quirp, get off the brig. Thank you.
No, don't get off the brig. Stay the brig. Guess Phone will
I am surprised neither Phone nor Kilroy went for the Widow to just see if they could get a pick, but
what I'm shocked about is the low damage. Neither Kilroy or Phone are very high damage DPS. I mean, yes, Echo has good burst, but you're not going to be melting these shields while the enemy side has a Reaper Mei.
And a Reinhardt, which you mentioned not going to be melting the shields. Well, look at the biggest shield in the game is Reinhardt, so...
What?
It's kind of...
How?
Gets ignored by the rest of his healers, gets... I think it was just primary fire kill.
It was, otherwise it would have shown up as one of the sticks.
Right. Or even the beam. And are they even going to touch? Yes, Lucio's going to get on the point. Reinhardt just dies.
And then dies. The problem, I honestly don't like the fact that he touched there because they could have at least taken a fight here. Now they don't have a Lucio, which is kind of a very big deal.
And this is just all falling apart now.
They don't have a Mercy because Mercy has to go on the cart.
Yeah. Well, Mercy can fly in, res, and fly back to the cart. So Kilroy gets Fangus, and you see again what you mentioned earlier during the break between maps.
This is just an extremely extended stagger. Jeez. And it looks like it's going to get staggered even more as Kissshot manages to kill Kilroy, but that's probably not going to matter that much in the long run as Kilroy's a Sombra and will get back very quickly.
Yes, and plus the spawn's a lot closer.
Only difference, I guess, is that it does allow content some room because now they're not being held at their spawn.
Yeah. There's stickies. Okay.
Oh, he charged Vantage! Oh my god!
Ryan from Phone.
Vantage just hits him with the K.
I mean, what else can you realistically do at that point? You just had a Reinhardt airdrop out of the sky.
Airdrop out of the sky, charge, gets shattered. Main tank difference. Phone isn't even a main tank. They do have a lot of ults here, though. I think that's 5.
Yeah, and they also have 5.5 minutes.
I Oh, my
Oh,
lord.
6-man EMP. This fight's over. Vantage is dead already.
Oh,
The
3-man
shatter
shatter.
doesn't clean it up.
This is dirty. And
This
Phone's
is-
50% to his next ultimate.
Oh, silent. Silent. It's a Lucio.
Silent, please.
I know he probably trash talked to you last season, but come on. Oh my gosh. I can't think of anything
Oh
that
my
can
lord,
really
that's
be
a lot of
done.
ultimates.
Oh, phone should
Well-
die here.
Well, that's what you can do. You can just pop Blizzard and Shatter and you win because you can't really move.
Yeah, that always works. And oh, that was quick. Okay, that makes sense. So you win that fight, but what happens if
Well,
you
now
run
they
out
have
of
the-
ultimates?
Here's the thing though, they now have a pretty decent chance to start ultimate rotations. You can
Right.
grab here to build up your Shatter and Blizzard. Or Silent. Yeah,
There's the grab. It's actually a pretty decent grab, but the dead
Oh,
shot.
gets Vantage again!
And he's still Ryan.
Yes! Oh, he gets
They don't
dropped
even
by the
shatter you.
paywall.
Kilroy's back up, so again, even the one kill that was gotten doesn't matter. What
Phone
is this
actually
fight?
built up his second Shatter. He just couldn't pop it before he stopped.
Oh,
Oh my!
well, Vantage is on point.
Poor Vantage has gotten charged so many fights now. They're about to have this for 4 minutes.
They are. Well, it's 3:30, so
Oh my lord.
it makes it to the point again.
I mean, it's not gonna really matter. Actually, he almost had his Shatter too.
Oh my gosh! But he didn't die by charge, so it's a win in Vantage's book.
Vantage has not really enjoyed the best time playing, as we're now looking
No.
at 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, here's the good news for CC. They capped first point and second point in about a minute and a half.
No,
Capped
they
first-
didn't. They capped it in 2.5, because they had 4.5 minutes leading into final fight.
Well, you
Final
capped
point.
it in 4.5, but you also didn't stop. So, you could definitely make it back the second to the inside of.
Except now
the-
Phone's playing Echo and instead of the Reaper. So we'll see how Steady State's Echo fares against Phone's Echo.
Yes,
Main
or
difference
we
I'm-
may not.
or maybe we won't. Main difference I'm seeing right now is that Phone and Quirthy are choosing to run this Mercy,
Mercy,
instead of the
yeah.
Moira. It's less healing for the tanks, yes. However, Phone is doing so much on this Echo, I honestly don't think it's really mattering that much.
What's the damage boost?
Actually, no,
Sticky's
the
on
only
the
thing
door.
we're missing is the Lucio, which is a bit less healing, just a bit less speed, which might,
Really doesn't matter in this point.
especially on defense, as Vantage somehow gets hacked.
Yeah, Kilroy is on Sombra. And Tyrant was dead from Fire Strike. Out of position in front of his Reinhardt shield. I mean, yes, Fire Strike goes through shields, but he was in front of it.
Interesting other difference is the fact that Phone is really not honestly looking at Echo all that much, while Steady State was almost exclusively trying to duel Phone in the air.
I don't mind that. I mean, Phone's just like, I can kill your tanks, and then we win. Oh, sticky bombs just charged Jula up
He
a
almost
lot.
has his ultimate.
Silent Sword almost charged Vantage again. But he gets res.
He gets a res off somehow.
You have a Zoria staring at you. How do you get the res?
Quirt P, I guess they are just a god.
Okay, well, Vantage and Steady State. Well, Vantage is the only one alive from the scene because he died first.
I don't see how Content will win this fight, considering they're running
I-
into an EMP, Shatter, Sword of Grab,
Duplicate.
Valkyrie, and Duplicate. Or Replicate.
Yeah, no, you don't win this fight. Here, Phone's looking for the duplicate already. He's on the right away. Here comes the charge. I'm waiting for it. Oh, he's not gonna
Actually,
do
he
it.
dies because of Reaper.
Wow, that was a fast kill on the phone, and Kilroy's gonna fall too. He was 1 health after that. Tyranitar looks like he might die. Steady State gets knocked out of Duplicate. I didn't even see who he duplicated.
Tamra.
Okay.
Silent Sword actually dies with his ultimate. Will that actually be enough? That's enough.
That is Kiss Shot again doing the work he needs to do on this Reaper. He gets 3, and you'll cap first point and breathe a sigh of relief. Now don't C9.
I mean, yes. However, they do have. They're running 3 ultimates into 1. Oh.
We had a
Pause.
pause coming in from Vantage and Tyranitar, so that was CC who called for pause.
Possible internet connectivity issues. Who really knows?
Well, Steady State's currently moving.
Steady.
He's on
What is-
Tracer.
Oh,
Well,
who's
he
jumping?
was moving. So I'm trying to figure out who it is. It's not Steady State.
Um,
Not Vantage, Fangus, or Tyranitar.
I'm confused why Steady State is opting for this. Oh, Vantage is lagging.
Okay.
I'm confused why Steady State is opting for this Tracer of all characters. Honestly, the Echo was working fine.
Well, we just used Duplicate, right? So I hate this is a really weird strategy.
I mean, if it works, it
Right.
works, I guess.
You maybe take Tracer, try to clip someone so you can get farther, and then if you die, you just change characters. You're not gonna lose ult progression because you already used Duplicate in the last fight.
Absolutely, as we'll be heading back in now.
Right. So I guess you go try to get a quick pick, and then if it doesn't work, no loss, no. I guess.
Well, no, there is a loss because you'll lose the point.
Well, yeah. So Steady State. No, he's not going back. He's just going to the high ground. He's so far behind his team. He's basically not there to fight with this team.
Which is
No, he is.
Vantage gets hacked actually, which means there's nothing to block a massive shatter.
And Steady State got hit by the bombs, meaning he had to recall early. That's. Okay, wait. Vantage still gets a Fire Strike kill, and Kiss Shot gets another one. The tanks are gone. You can't stand on point anymore if you're Mamba Kid.
I'm sorry,
MM.
Mob Mentality messed that up.
How do
So
you?
got a 4-man shatter, I think.
4 or 5, yeah. The only person I think not in it was Steady State because he was mid recall when it came down.
I mean, yes, now Phone, Kilroy, and True all have their ults though, so that could
But-
be the decider here.
Frankly, you've pushed it much farther than you should have had any right to if you're CC. EMP will get just instantly
Lucio?
killed. Yeah. Yeah,
Lucio
it's
copy?
well that must have been a misclick, but the fight's over. It does not matter anyway. Mickey's the only one alive.
Okay, I guess
Yeah,
he
that-
failed his beat, so
That
that
had to have been a misclick.
I'm betting he was trying to go for the Ryan and maybe Lucio flew in front of him.
Right. I mean it had to have been. But again, you almost capped that point. You got farther than you had.
Oh, that's
Lucio
what
jumped in
happened.
front of your Ryan.
Okay, I'm like, how
Exactly
the heck
what
did he copy Lucio?
Exactly what happened. But again, CC got couldn't maintain difference me again, says Vantage.
Couldn't maintain difference me again when you get copied the wrong character.
Got farther
3
than
and a
you
half
should
minutes
have.
though.
Yeah,
Lucio saved you. I mean, if he had have gotten copied Vantage again, pinned and killed him again, and shattered again, I probably would have left this call.
I know. It's probably gonna happen again anyway.
Phone maintain kind of scary, not gonna lie.
So all right, what can CC do to stop this? Because CC, you still have both your DPS players in spawn.
Okay, they're coming. They're coming. Reaper, Lucio they'll be there eventually.
Okay,
That was slightly scary at first.
yes, it was because
What the-
Kishai and Steady State didn't have
He
time.
got hacked.
They didn't
I
have
don't know
time
how
to
he
do
got
what they wanted
hacked.
to. I think Steady State was still setting up. He got there late, and now you just give up the point for free.
Well, they
You-
don't
you
have
really
to
do.
give it at this point. I think they will probably. Okay, they have two
No.
options. Either try and contest this as it
There
looks
we go,
like they're
here's the
going
contest.
to. The problem is,
Right,
Vantage is
attack.
half.
Just gets hacked on point. He had to step on point though.
Silence res.
If Vantage didn't step on point there, the point just would have been capped outright. You see Tyranitar trying to do what he can to stall.
How are they getting these reses off is my question. Like, Corpy, don't get me wrong, they're a good Mercy, but like, they should not be getting the reses that they're getting.
Right, but there's a difference between you're a good Mercy and you raised in the middle of the entire enemy team.
Phone is only 60% on his ult though, so that's 1+ for content out of the many minuses. Yeah. I think I put one too few minis in there.
Yeah, well, Kilroy's just gonna uncloak here. Is that 94?
Probably gonna EMP shatter this. That's what I suspect. Or they're gonna EMP phone shatter.
Well, I think they're gonna EMP and just use Coalescence probably. Here's the Coalescence. Kilroy still hasn't even. There we go. Here's EMP and Duplicate. So Duplicate onto the Reaper. And yeah, it's over. He got Death Blast.
That's over. Will they even get a contest? I don't honestly know. They have 3 people on point.
And it's gonna come back on ball. He has to. Well, no. Oh.
He has Shatter though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're betting on the fact that they're going to be able to touch.
They're betting on the fact that Tyranitar is going to get there fast enough, which he probably will.
He will.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
Okay, they barely got there, but EMP on the 6.
Massive EMP.
That's huge. That's the saving EMP right there.
Oh my god. That EMP Shatter won that.
Quirk popped Valkyrie, Silent Sword popped Shatter, and Jula popped Graviton. You use every ult on the side of MM.
And now they're running into. They could lose this. They're running into a beat. They're running into a Coalescence. They're running into everything that the enemy team has. Their only chance is Kilroy farming up an EMP.
It is. I mean, yeah, because you're not close. You're not close on anything else. Here's the Graviton Surge.
I would have stole.
His shield's broken though.
Somehow.
He is saved. Oh, Fangus is only on 40 charge when that came off. He's now on 80 because he just bubbled a Reinhardt that took a fire strike to the face.
Kilroy dies though.
He's in the back line. That was a Coalescence popped. So now you don't have that.
Coalescence, which is a bit weird here of all things. Tatar pops beat. Phone almost has his ult.
Just shot his Silent Sword. He's in the back line. There we go. Phone has ult. He is engaged onto the Reaper, but I don't think it's going to matter. They've got to kill him before he can get the Death Blossom. They do.
Get it off. And this is actually going to probably be a loss unless Silent Sword can do something magical. A massive EMP.
I don't know if it's enough.
It's not enough, I don't think. Corpy's the only one on point, and he's probably going to die here. He does.
He's coming back. It's the Zarya's the closest one. They lost. How did they win that?
How does content win that? Okay.
What? What? I gotta see what this play is. Oh. Graviton's end.
It's when phone main tank difference is the whole team. Okay.
What is happening? So you know how we...
I'm gonna interrupt real quick. According to the draft player registry, Court P does go by they them pronouns.
I saw.
Okay. I haven't.
I accidentally called them
I haven't. I can tell you right now, I haven't been. So
Oops.
that's on me.
Okay. Because I think I've been saying that. But anyway. So, but speaking of Court P, they were doing a very nice job. So was True. Honestly, at the end there, I think that was a DPS diff. Like,
I think it was.
That EMP from Steady State 100% won them that.
Okay, Steady State. Okay. So you know how we both said Steady State? We kind of forgot he was there. I don't think we can
forget him again.
Anymore. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna forget him again.
All right, so now we're going into Escort, our third map. Neither
We
of
also
the teams have actually played Escort, I don't believe.
has
As going to go to Rialto.
yeah, because both these teams participated in the 3-0 with the previous map set, which had Assault before Escort. So
It had the one that we've used like every season prior.
right,
Rialto is a good choice, I'd say, for Momentality. They've been doing really well on these Echo Forest stuff,
yes,
and Rialto is definitely a map for both of those characters.
and Sombra works really well on Rialto as well. You have tons of flanking routes to be able to get around the players and get into the back line, which I know Kilroy will like. Tyranitar not so much, but
CC gets to pick side. I wonder if they will opt to try and first hold, which is what a lot of people do. A lot of people choose defense because why bother trying to run through the entire map if you can first hold the enemy team and then cap first? Like, that's the easier strategy.
yeah, well, this is Escort, so full holding on Escort is a little bit difficult.
Just a little bit.
Although it's Rialto.
I've seen it happen, especially on that bridge. That
Yes.
bridge can be a death trap.
And they will choose to defend first. So, the bridge.
The bridge of death.
The bridge.
I
If
wonder,
you- Ah,
will these teams choose to go on old meta and forego the Reinhardt or Monkey for a hog? We shall see. They could run Orisa hog.
they could. I think I would like it actually. This I would like. Correction. I would like to see Arissa at the very beginning.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Nothing past that first choke. Like, if you're running Orisa
Right.
past that, unless you have Bongo, you're basically throwing.
Yeah. So I definitely think. Yeah. I mean, that's probably gonna be the best bet. Is just Arissa right off the bat. Just throw one mini grab and then switch.
Yeah, unless you somehow are holding them there, then stay on it. But otherwise, probably.
Well, I meant for the attack, but yes.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll see an Orisa on defense because again, if they get past that point, what are
This
you gonna
weird
do? Are you
advantage.
gonna just stay on? You're either gonna switch and lose all your ult charge, or you're gonna stay on Orisa and now you're Orisa.
Yeah, that's fair. Currently we're
'Cause-
just waiting on the R from CC. It looks like. Oh, something like
Yes.
that.
No, it looks like we are waiting on it.
If I were CC, it seemed like the strategy that worked was A, EMPs, and B, Phone's problem is Phone seems a tiny bit over aggressive. Both Phone and Kilroy seem a tiny bit over aggressive. Like, actually, no.
Most definitely.
I will say the reason why they lost that final fight on Kings was Kilroy dying early when he was so close to his EMP. If he
Yes.
hadn't died there, that fight could have gone very differently because they would have had EMP.
Without a doubt.
Like,
And I
'cause
wonder
Phone-
what causes that because
he
the
messed up his translocator.
oh, I did not see that part. Oh no.
Either his translocator got destroyed or something happened because it seemed like he had it on him because he tried to translocate. Oh no, I know what happened. He was close to his EMP, so I'm betting he destroyed his
He's gonna-
translocate and was getting ready to throw.
He was gonna throw it in order to EMP midair. Yep.
But the problem is he didn't have it quite yet, and Moira got him.
Be right.
Phone is choosing True Dong or okay. This
They're on
is in
defense.
spawn. I'm like, they're in
Yep.
spawn. There's
mean,
no
they're
way
on-
that's actually what they're running.
Right. They're on attack. They're on attack. That's not actually.
Well,
That's not actually it. Okay.
hopefully.
Ooh. What
Seeing
is? I saw the double snipers and I like that, and then I
Double
saw the
shield.
Reinhardt Sigma, and I'm like, huh.
Okay,
By the way,
okay, I was like, Quirpy was on the Mercy, so I was expecting Phone? Will
by the way,
this stay
Phone
on
says
this
I'm going to
Bastion?
pop the next 2 maps. I'm not losing
No,
this
okay.
series.
No.
I mean, if you're gonna run Bastion,
in.
it would be on an escort.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying you can.
Right.
Phone gets hit. Dot.
Well,
Bye.
Kiss Shot showing what he does. Oh, he has a sight on that support. Almost takes down Shudonger.
They're having to play very close to this wall just to stay out of the sight lines of Kiss Shot.
I
As
mean,
he is landing
Kiss
his
Shot.
up.
Kiss Shot! How did he live? He had 4 health. He literally had 4 health. How do you live there?
Vantage and Silent are both so low as they get finally healed up by their supports.
But again, you're right. Double sniper will make you play close to that wall so you don't just get shredded.
I
Vantage
don't.
going low. Oh, well, he has shatter. He's just gonna shatter 3 people. He dies, but Phone dies too.
The problem is, I'd trade a main tank for a DPS on any day, even a DPS as good as Phone.
Right.
Especially
Well,
as
Here's
Steady
the big
should die here. Like Steady is so far out in the open. Yeah, he dies. Okay.
Yeah, he finally dies.
Like, there's no way he lives that, right?
And Silent Sword and Jula on half health or below, both of them stay alive for so long.
Very early beat by Quirky there to counter that Sigma ult. Honestly, I might have waited just a tiny bit while he was in midair, but it still ended up working in their favor. Phone up.
Oh, this bomb could be huge. Nope.
Nope, gets
Sigma.
nothing.
Well, Phone still gets a punch off. He's on Doomfist.
Vantage gets his shatter again. He has gotten 2 really good shatters. The problem is his team
Nothing
hasn't
can
been able to
follow
do
up.
anything.
Kiss Shot gets Phone again.
I mean, that's the thing, is you're running Double Sniper. Double Sniper can't really follow up against really good shatters.
Right.
Especially
no,
because
Kiss Shot.
this man...
Okay. Phone is coming around to try, I guess, to aggressively bully Kiss Shot, because if you
kinda
don't,
have
he's
to.
just going, yeah, if you don't, he's just gonna pick off the rest of your team. Oh no, he doesn't see him. He doesn't see him.
Where? Oh, actually, he hits the whatever her name is, Zarya, off the high ground instead of him.
Oh no, the Sombra was there too. The Sombra had to translocate back.
Oh, he hit the Sombra. Okay.
So Steady State literally saves his DPS friend by just being a meat shield. Anyways, Silent Sword's half health, Phone's dead, Silent Sword is dead, and Fangus is on 80 charge and just shredding through everything.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
I'm not
And I
entirely sure how both Phone and Silent died there. I mean, Silent just got DPS down, but how did Phone die?
I don't know. I mean, he's on Doomfist.
He died to the Widow.
He may have gotten hacked, or he may have just run out of abilities. And
No, he definitely wasn't. Oh,
Tyranitar?
Tyranitar, what was your plan there?
Tyranitar?
You literally heard him right next to you.
Okay. Well, another shadow from Bandage.
Everyone shattered, but once again, no.
Oh, Phone, that's dirty.
Poor
Jumped right on
Vantage.
top of Vantage, who was hacked.
Poor Vantage is literally getting so many good shatters, and nothing is coming from them.
He's trying. He's gotten 3 shatters of 3 or more people this game already. And I don't think there's been a single kill that has been followed up from these shatters.
No, there's been one, and it was Vantage killing them, not anyone else. Bomb, I guess.
Jeez.
Oh!
I get 2 because of the MP.
I was a bit confused about that bomb, but honestly, if I were in game, I probably would have expected the EMP, considering they haven't used it the entire round.
Right, so Kiss Shot gets 2! What? Oh, he gets
Kid
9
shot, it's not going to work! Phone is now on Junkrat. Of all characters, he chooses Junkrat.
Or kill Kiss Shot.
As he also builds up 50% to his ult.
I mean, I guess the Junkrat works. Oh, Graviton. Vantage. Here comes the charge and the EMP. He'll die, but it forces out the sound barrier from Quirk. And
His
Silent
line
Sword.
for Phone.
I don't know how.
Great for you. Quirky had a very nice beat there, though. They did a very nice job of hiding. However, T-Tower's beat comes a bit later, which should help them stabilize in this fight.
Yes, and Fangus again has so much charge. Let me see. He has 100. He's literally 100 charge, but he.
Finally, Vantage misses a shatter.
I know.
I
And
mean,
that's going to be the end of the round, actually.
it won't end up mattering as phone. I think it's a 5K, 2 with
Yep.
tire, 3 alone.
Yep.
Oh my lord.
And I say this with the greatest respect. Steady State, stop playing Sombra.
Your Sombra? No. Okay. Into what they're running, the Sombra is not working.
Right, that's why I said Steady State, stop playing Sombra.
So
I mean, this,
I said this earlier, but I was muted in you guys. Phone's over in the chat. I'm going to pop off the next 2 maps. I'm not losing this series. He's committed right now.
He's committed, and he's definitely doing it. Dear lord.
so, and
I can see why we almost moved him up to expert. I can say that much.
yes, but again, I say this with the greatest respect. Steady State, stop playing Sombra.
I mean,
Literally-
Alfonso wasn't working much better.
Okay, well, that was a little bit of a mess, but stop playing Sombra. Yes! Play the Echo. You looked so much better on Echo.
Was he the one on Echo, or was it Kiss Shot on Echo?
It was Steady State.
Oh, you're right, it was.
That was on the Reaper.
Yeah, no, please, keep this Echo. It worked for you. You won the map. Just stick with what works. Don't
I do want to
try
point out he did
change.
switch to Sombra at the end of the map, though. At the end
Yeah.
of Game 0 too. But this Echo worked so well for you. I want to see more of it from Steady State.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, the Sombra was instrumental in their victory, but it was also like for 3 fights rather than the entire map of Echo.
Changing battlefield conditions.
Vantage.
Bandage just doing what he's doing. I mean, he's gonna build up Shatter again. You have to kind of expect that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is somehow Quirky. They get very caught out.
Yeah, must have gotten stuck on the wall. I can't think of any other reason.
Absolutely, which is really
And
unfortunate
South
as
was
Silent
down.
Ball.
Well, that is this fight and possibly this first point won, as the Reapers are gonna have a battle.
I don't think they're going to be able to contest, especially because Phone's going to die here very late.
Yeah, that's this first point won, unless if Reinhardt charges the going in.
Either Quirky or Reinhardt have to touch, but I don't think either of them are going to risk
No,
it.
they're not going to. There's no
Yeah.
reason to.
They
It's just too
can't
much
win a
risk.
stagger fight like that.
Right, and now at least you get the chance to contest on the bridge.
Oh, I thought Steady State was about to fall in the water. Phone decides that it's his turn to show off his Echo. Are we going to see more main tank differences? Probably.
Right. Oh, here comes the Diva. I don't know if that's what he meant to clone. Steady State's already out of mech.
He got D-Mech. The thing is, he will get his mech back in like a second because the plus
Right.
Diva already
And-
has increased ult burst gain. Then add on Echo's 500%. I think
Meanwhile, Angus just moves forward, kills everyone.
Phone is doing phone things and somehow kills Kiss Shot. I'm not sure how.
I think his shot was in deep in enemy territory, honestly, because he was not anywhere near the cart.
Phone is 70% to his ult, and he's been on it for like 30 seconds.
This is all just. Here we go. Graviton, EMP.
What the? That's an
That
overall.
should
That's
have been a
overall.
fight.
That's overall thing.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit overkill.
I'll say this: the EMP, probably good. The beat, definitely necessary. Shatter? Not really.
Steady State gets Kilroy though on the end of it.
I mean, here's the thing. Phone can just copy Reinhardt and get his own shatter. That's probably actually what will happen.
Yes. But now they're fighting without Kilroy because he got sticky bombed at the very end.
He'll
So
be back.
3 for
He
push.
is back.
And another shatter from Vantage that doesn't hit
And
anyone.
he's back to
They take difference.
Phone. He almost charges him off the map and he shatters 3.
Okay, it's not gonna do anything. Okay, George gets Tyranitar with the bomb. Okay, we've officially lost Hedwig, boys.
What the hell was that? Okay. Well, that works, I guess.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so, Phone, has now charged the opposing Reinhardt 3 times,
4 actually.
at least. And here we go. Steady State's gonna go for Reinhardt. He's gonna get hacked. This
And
is
he
not.
does. Oh, he didn't even get to build his own shatter. No.
Oh, they did get the kill onto Silent Sword though, so you don't have a Reinhardt on Mob Mentality right now. And with both DPS down, I think you get this point.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, you do.
With 4 minutes, not too bad. Definitely still possible though. For
To hold off.
for Mob Mentality to not only to get below their time, but yeah, hold off too. Especially considering they're coming in with this with around 4 ults.
Right, and especially considering this is Rialto. This gets held in this last cathedral thingy a lot.
This last point.
And Vintage gets another 2-man shatter. But
And Bone is
Kilroy,
back on the Reinhardt.
he is, but Kilroy with that EMP on the 5 will just kind of seal the deal. Fengus gets the Bone has another Reinhardt shatter. He's gonna charge off the. Oh no, I think he would have got off the map had it not been for the fact that he gets out of his ult.
Wait, why did Mickey pop his ult there?
Try to keep his team alive. I mean
everyone was dead though.
well, it was a 5-man EMP. I think he popped it to try to keep everyone after the EMP. I don't know. It's at this point.
What is happening right now? Reaper gets hacked and is going to die.
The shot's dead. And that's going to be huge. And the sound barrier and coalescence used to save the rest of Mob Mentality from that Graviton surge. It's just as a support to lie. Tariantar's the last one. He's.
Oh, they use Grav and trade it for both support ults. I don't honestly know if that's worth it considering how fast those ults build. Especially because now you're guaranteed to have a smaller time bank. And
Right.
Kilroy has the EMP almost. And
Steady State gets killed by the orb.
bonus 70% to his next ult. He's about to lap Steady State.
Yeah, I don't know what to say at this point, because CC looks so good, but they look so disorganized.
They have flashes of brilliance and then other times when it's not so brilliant.
Oh, the Reaper.
This is going to be bad.
Oh,
Oh!
6-man EMP, no, 5-man EMP, and Jula gets 4 of them.
And Steady State copies the Reinhardt. No.
Yep. Copy the Reinhardt while that bomb is coming down.
Well, what I'm expecting is to see a shatter followed by multiple shatters by phone. That's
I'm
my guess.
expecting to see Tyranitar jump in front of his Reinhardt again. That's what I'm expecting.
It will be funny if it happens. I mean,
For
even
that
a
reason,
Lucio
I'm
copy
expecting
isn't
to-
bad though. It's still a B. Nope,
Right,
there's
okay,
the Reinhardt.
Advantage.
Oh,
You
advantage.
charged again.
He charges him again. He hits nothing. It's already done. Please.
Vintage. Vintage.
That's the 5th time.
If I'm Vantage, I'm crying at this point.
Vantage is definitely
There's
dying
literally
inside.
nothing you can do.
Oh lord.
Phone has said, you know what? I am not only going to copy this Reinhardt, I'm going to take the opposing Reinhardt out.
It
of
is
the
my
fight.
life's mission
And
to
George
ruin this Reinhardt's life.
And Troy needs healing.
How is he 50% on his next ult? It's been like 30 seconds.
Dude, I don't even know at this point. Phone has just made it his life's mission to annihilate every Reinhardt.
Kilroy somehow dies.
He was in the back line.
Uh,
Okay, another shatter from Vantage into the shield, and the bomb will get nobody from Jula.
Silent
Silent
charge
Sword
into the back
Has
line.
decided to charge it to the back line. And he will not die because Quirt has been saving.
Ah! Steady
Oh.
State kills himself.
Steady State.
Steady
Quirt-
State, no. Someone's
barrier.
gonna copy the Reinhardt again. No. Vantage die before he can copy you.
No! He got the Zarya though.
Honestly, not a very good copy because you can't build grab that fast.
Maybe not, but he is on.
Actually, he has his graviton.
I think he's on like 80 energy. Yeah, he gets graviton off.
Vantage is salty. Oh no. Oh? Kiss Shuttle gets two
He gets
though.
two. It's not gonna matter. There's a shatter.
It could matter, actually.
Okay,
Well-
steady state. Okay, Vantage.
Oh, maybe. It's a 2v3. Oh,
But the rest
Kilroy
of the team's coming in. The rest of the team is coming in.
has ZMP.
Propagandalist.
I think that means let's turn out the lights or something.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
And
well.
Vantage will fall on that lead on the map.
What the hell was that?
Oh. Vantage's phone. Phony's already dead.
Well, we have at least one more map, which is finally going to be Assault.
Yeah.
Let's watch this one.
Okay, so he did only get 4 here, I think.
Two,
And then 4.
three. Oh, he actually killed 2 with that.
Yes. No, so he fired a bomb and randomly got someone at some point. That's what happened there. Hedwig-
Oh, Lord. That assumes that Hedwig was sane to begin with. Oh,
he still-
Lord.
Chat said we're making Vantage sound good, assuming he was good to begin with. Making Vantage sound good.
Oh, that's interesting. So apparently, kill shot, do you mean like in a row or like he held it for 6 fights?
What?
Killshot held a Reaper ult for 6 fights.
Kiss shot?
Kiss shot, yeah. Well, that probably didn't help.
No, that didn't. But that also begs the question: did he ever get a chance to use it?
At the
Because
very
if
end
you-
when he got 2 kills.
Oh
yeah.
he used it at the very end. But I mean, other than that, like in those
No.
6 fights, he didn't use it.
I
Did
mean-
he ever get a chance to?
To
Realistically,
be fair, no, because he kind of got constantly hacked or phone was just bullying him.
like there's a difference between just not using ultimate for 6 fights and being the first one picked, or being in behind the rest of your team and you're a Reaper, so your ultimate doesn't do much behind the rest of your team. And- Yeah.
Anubis chooses probably your worst choice. You chose Penguin chose Anubis, aka a map where both Pharah and Echo are very, very strong. Like you have
okay,
Hanamura.
but you want to know what's not strong on Anubis?
Junkrat?
Reinhardt.
Maybe maybe they're trying to make it so phone can't bully Vantage anymore.
I think that's legitimately part of the strategy.
Except Promise second point is very good for Reinhardt, so they might swap him.
I think your strategy here is don't play Reinhardt. And yeah, so someone mentioned that we're making Vantage sound good. He's not bad.
No, Vantage is certainly
He just
not.
can't play.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Vantage is fine. It's just he's kind of getting bullied.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not a bad player. He's not a bad player, but being a player of any kind assumes you can play the game in the first place.
Yeah, that's a big assumption when you're running into
Oh my
Echo.
god.
Vroom, I guess.
Echo go vroom vroom.
Just waiting for the R from both teams, it looks like.
Yes.
If you're CC, what is your strategy here?
Don't play Ryan.
Don't play Ryan.
I
Well,
hate to say it, your strategy is don't play Ryan though. You, you,
I'm no longer a Reaper OTP. Phones become a Rhino OTP. Okay, as we go into this
Oh my
possibly
god.
map,
Now entering
Yeah,
the
so-
kingdom of Anubis.
Yes, Hedwig. Yep, Phone has admitted he's a Ryan one-trick
Ryan
pony.
OTP now, but not like
Phone-
normal Ryan. The 500% ult charge Ryan.
Right.
Oh my lord.
Kishet is calling him out for the Widow duel. So, as I was saying, your strategy here is Steady State either plays Echo, or if he plays Sombra, you
Or-
have him play a lot. You have him play where he goes in with your team.
Oh, Phone's still on the Echo. But he doesn't have Vantage Reinhardt to copy, so the question is, who will he go for now to bully? I want to see him copy
still
Mercy.
really-
I want to see him copy Mercy and Glock everyone to death. That's my dream in
No,
life.
here's what's gonna happen. He's going to go. He's still gonna clone Vantage. He's just gonna primal rage him now. That's what's
Oh.
happening.
Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, we're gonna find out as the match is about to start. And he has... Honestly, there really aren't that many good copy targets.
No, there's not. Which is, I think, part of what you're.
Try to accept Vantage just insta-died.
I just okay. I was expecting Vantage. I watched him jump in and his health go from like 500 to 100 in about 0.5 seconds. He just got shredded because no one else went with him. He went alone with no healing. This shot also just gets 2 kills, I think, though. So
Let's try a Widow one trick / Widow main.
don't think so.
I mean, I'm guessing he's a Widow player, considering Widow seems to be his best character, as he almost takes off to his head.
Oh, and there's a Sonic Arrow that'll help him get Silent Sword.
Fine.
Yeah, this is. Oh my gosh, he's gonna help go Phone.
Insta kills Tietar.
I mean, but he dies in the process, and now the rest of your team is dead. There we go.
I mean, this is a loss. Kilroy's just trying to build his ultimate.
Well,
I mean, this is an experience.
Kishshot has sights already.
Phone swaps off as he realizes there's no one good to copy.
Yeah, and that was your goal. You got first point because Phone played Echo, and he had nothing he could do with it.
And now you're gonna have a lot of ults you just instant.
Advantage just jump, and that's the thing. Vantage on Winston. Winston works pretty well against Junkrat sometimes. As we will learn. Oh, he jumps into the trap. Okay. Anyways, Silent Sword is dead, and so much of the rest of Vantage. That's your own diva bomb, by the way. It works. You got a tick. They got a tick before 5 minutes counted down, and Steady State's still doing decent on this Hanzo.
What? What?
Tire gets
They
destroyed.
Res off? I
Yes.
mean, it's going to be off anyway. Yeah.
Here's the Dragon Strike. It's almost gonna completely kill Silent Sword. He's got his
Actually-
back thanks to Winston.
What the hell are you doing?
Where was this CC last map? I mean, they lose the fight
Yeah, I'm
because
sorry,
Vantage and Vegas both die, but where was the CC last map?
Kiss shot and his backups. They called for a pause on
Vantage might be Vantage might be having internet issues again.
This is Kiss shot and his backups as he manages to kill 4, I think.
Haha, Echo go hammer down. Oh, yeah. So my question. You killed 4 of them. Why were none of you on the point to cap it?
Those. I mean,
I-
a lot of them dead, but still.
So 2 things I see. A, you're running double sniper, so your snipers aren't going to get on point. Most likely. Hanzo might. The Widow not as much.
Actually, I resent that statement. I am a Widow player myself, and I will jump on that point if I see an opportunity. I have actually backcapped his Widow, and that's not a joke.
uh
We're just waiting. Okay. I'm gonna do some actual analysis because most of this has just been me maniacally laughing. Looking at ultimates at this point, it is very heavily, I'd say, in the advantage of Mob Mentality as they have Beat and Bomb and Shatter. Beat, honestly, the only
Beat's
time
not
I'd
as
use
big a-
Beat is if they nano Vantage and he jumps in. That's when I'd use Beat.
Which they already have done once.
And-
That's how they got the first stick.
Mickey has his ult, so he'll probably do it. Silent and Jula will probably combo their ults. And
Maybe Jula might use it to stall out point. Keep that in mind, especially if another attack like the one that just happens again.
Possibly.
Wait, Steady's changing.
Steady's changing.
Steady is going back to spawn, so we'll see what he's changing to.
May.
Reaper.
That's a
Oh,
May.
phone changed to May. Yes, Steady State changed to Reaper. Okay, and Kiss Shot used sights because I mean, why not?
Kiss Shot got nailed.
Yeah, and Vantage. Oh no,
Vantage on Ryan. Vantage.
but it's not an echo. There's not an echo. This
That
will
doesn't
work.
matter.
And he's shattered, and he's charged, and he's nanoed.
It
And he
actually
will
gets
get sword and down. And Vintage gets a 3K.
Corpy's gonna have to beat this like
He's dead. She's dead.
Okay.
They're dead. Corpy's dead.
Okay.
Lucio is dead, and the points capped. 3.5 minutes.
Not bad.
Score
Nano Rhyme.
0-2.
Nano Ryan.
Switching sides.
Well, no. The problem actually was that they booped him away from the bomb.
Initiating
He
Yes,
got
they moved him
frozen
away from the bomb.
charge, but he got frozen in charge. Silent missed his charge, which
Yes.
inadvertently booped him into the little cubby hole. So he didn't get hit by the bomb, which wouldn't have killed him, but it would have brought him low enough that they could have finished him.
Right. Also, he got shattered. To keep that in mind too.
He was shattered, frozen, and missed. So he was stationary. And the charge was missed. I think actually it might have been a bit of a miscommunication because I think Bert P booped him.
No, the wall also went up. So here's the thing. The wall went up, but at that point, Vantage already had Nano. So, see, he's not stuck in there with you. You're stuck in there with him.
30 seconds.
And now we join Jula for an intermission in dancing.
Is Chula actually dancing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What did
So anyways,
think-
double sniper Winston again. Actually, the exact same comp they came out of spawn on for
Worked.
CC.
4, 3, 2,
if
And
it
Mob
worked?
Mentality.
It-
I mean, it worked, but it worked on attacking. So
A.
I
Will it
do
work
think
on-
I think it's gonna work again, though.
Well, here's the thing: is that they also now are expecting this comp. One of the things about this
Yes.
comp that worked that it's a surprise comp. You don't exactly expect the enemy team
Vantage on
running.
Winston. Which have they seen him? He's hiding. Oh, they saw the Reaper behind. They definitely saw the Reaper behind.
There,
So
the problem is they don't know
phone-
where he's going.
Well, it doesn't matter if you just ignore him. Then, Vantage and Fangus are alone, away from the entirety of their team. Vantage will get out.
Not
Yeah,
even out of position.
and I don't know why they're like that. Everyone's up on this smaller high ground. That phone is standing right next to,
Phone is on it, and the problem is, phone does a lot more damage than any of you can do.
and Kurt just booped the Widow. I do not like that strategy at all.
You're
Kiss shot
putting
goes down.
so many into this one little corridor, and the problem is, all phone has to do is walk up there, do any amount of damage, and you lose because you can't out damage his healing.
Right. But both DPS and both supports are up on that little high ground, and your tanks are in the middle of the enemy team.
There's
All-
so many ults
And
that-
because you have an Anna and a Mercy, all the other team has to do, all Mob Mentality have to do, is stand in front of the tanks.
there's so many ults on the side of Mob Mentality.
Kilroy's back here too. He's just getting ready to pack. Okay, everything gets put off. Bombs and dragons and Cola. Okay, Nano Hanzo.
That's a
I don't think that
choice.
was the target, but
Probably
Kishot is
not.
back on this Reaper, and I think he's going to be doing pretty good on it.
I think this is a one fight. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yes, the rest of the
Managed
mob
to
mentality will be backing up.
mentality.
Jewel is staggered. Oh no. They're staggering Jewel. Oh, hit the sleep. Hit the sleep. Do it to him. Oh no.
Jula's
Kicked
gonna
out
be
of
stuck
Nick.
in cover.
This is a huge stagger.
That was at least like 30 seconds off their clock, plus another maybe 30 seconds because he has to get back in the fight.
Right, and they saw this is cell phone with the sonic arrow. He just walks out and says bye.
Like, hello, goodbye. I mean, they're
What?
still at a disadvantage, but now they have to fight if they want more time.
Don't you see if you're hit by the sonic arrow?
It will tell you that no, it won't tell you.
No, it only tells you if you're invisible. Okay.
Sombra, because Sombra's invisibility.
Right, 'cause you get the detected warning.
Otherwise, you don't honestly know.
Okay,
Unless
so that. Oh my gosh. Well, phone's on point. And he's now 1v2ing a Reaper. I mean, Hanzo and Lucio, or at least attempting to, as Vantage Primal Rage the entire rest of his team.
EMP
Oh,
hits four, actually.
And it includes both supports. So here we go. The Nano will go up onto Vantage.
Kind of a
The
weird
shot
battle.
one with his Death Blossom, but I don't know.
Yes, they're still
They're gonna-
capping this. Will guaranteed less time though.
Yes. There we go. Someone's contesting. It is the Reaper. So Kiss Shot. A lot of damage, does excellent Wraith form to get him out of the bomb. And we have a grab coming in that gets pretty much everyone. So much time. Listen, he doesn't have Primal. He has Primal. I'm wondering, he's not popping it just yet, even though he is pretty low. And he's being smart by not popping it. Because they just defended that point.
How is Vantage getting these primal rages so quickly?
Well, that one was because the Graviton, he was standing right in front of the Grav, and just all the cleave damage. But
Now they're guaranteed a smaller time make, and honestly, it's probably going to be sub 2 minutes.
yes, I would say almost guaranteed.
Which, by the way, if for those of you who are slightly newer to Overwatch, or at least are coming right back to Overwatch, his phone falls very low. A new rule on Control is if both teams have above 2 minutes, their time banks get shortened.
Right. I don't think you get above 2 minutes though here.
They can. I don't think they physically can. There's almost no way.
Vantage is in Primal, so he just used that. Jewel is out of mech, and Silent Sword will die. There go both of your tanks.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do. Bone, Kilroy, and Quirky will have their ults though, as will Silent.
Right. And that's gonna be a huge thing, as I think you have to rely on and kill.
Oh, it's protected though. Oh, he barely dodges the shots.
So Kilroy will have ult as well. That's what you're relying on here.
T-Tar has to play this perfectly if he wants to win. Because if he
Yeah.
hides well enough,
He could sound barrier his entire team.
exactly.
Which I am wondering, I don't know if they're keeping track of Kilroy's or though okay. T-Tar is hiding back a little bit with the Hanzo. So he's out of sight. No, T-Tar gets EMP'd as well.
And Phone kills 2 with his ultimate.
Okay, here comes the B. It'll keep the rest of his team alive, so it is good to use here as Quirky falls down. And
He's so low, though.
Quirky falls. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to stall. This is okay. You're in stall time, but a minute is all they have. I
Guys,
think
instantly though, even though he pops his primal, that's not looking good. His primal's a massive stall ability.
and Fangus gets hacked, so he can't put that shield up right now. Finally, unhacked. Can you stall? No.
The problem is now it's a minute versus almost 4 minutes.
Four.
Score
This is still winnable though for them. Lord.
initiating match.
My gosh. Oh my god. Wait, I gotta see what was said. When was this? Oh, yeah. Okay. That was when that was.
Vantage insta died.
The model landed.
I mean, it did. He popped his ult as it exploded because he was trying to do the Winston tech, where like you know the thing where if you pop it right at the correct time, you can survive on 5 HP.
Yes.
He was trying to do that. I think it just didn't work.
Yeah, well, the other part is 5 HP is still not a lot of HP.
It's something though. Otherwise, he would have just instantly died anyway.
Right, but then
If I were him, I might have preferred keeping that Primal Rage in my pocket and dying to the bomb. Because Primal
I
Rage
agree.
is a stall ability.
I agree. Yeah, you would have had more time on your attack.
The only time I ever like that tech is when you're about to get like Lucio beated or Moira cold or something. Because then you're probably not going to die.
Right.
Even on 5 HP.
Kiss shot. I think you have to be a little bit closer than that to hit those shots.
Just a little.
Alright, well,
It's
Good
not going to
double.
be a
again, so much better as we see Kiss shot and Steady State not on that double snipers that they tried to defend with last time. I like this though because it also forces them to kind of be with their tanks, which I believe was a huge issue as Silent Sword goes down early. Kiss shot's a little bit low. Hopefully he's gonna get healed up. Hopefully he's not gonna get healed up.
which means that they're going to be at a serious disadvantage going to this next fight. Especially with that ultimate pop by Trudonger.
Why? Phone's dead. Why pop coalescence on either side there? You're both disengaging.
Alright, actually has his EMP. That's not good.
No. And he uses it. He gets everyone.
He stops the other.
Kiss shot's back. Kiss shot is back, so we will see if he can shred any of these tanks down.
Yep.
Unable to do so. So, Mob Mentality will get this first point and
Yeah.
have 30 seconds, correct, to get the second point?
30 seconds to get the second point. They're going to have 3 ults against, it looks like 5.
Okay, well, we'll see. Kilroy's coming into the back line. He's already at point, basically.
Probably, he's going to hack this Mega underneath and then just look for any ult charge at all he can get, I'm betting.
Right, well, I'm surprised Steady State hasn't hacked that ult. Never mind. His entire team just dies.
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't have touched that if I was Kilroy. Honestly, that was a fool's errand. He lost that. That was a fool's move.
That's it. You have to primal. Silent Sword is primaling to get back to point. He won't make it.
That was a fool's error by Kilroy.
No,
If Kilroy had stalled up,
yeah, you wait until you can touch it to force overtime.
because then Silent actually would have gotten back, the team could have gotten back, and they had ults.
Yes. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, such a misplay from Kilroy could put us into a map 5 here.
Of course. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't the worst thing ever. Would they have won that fight? Probably not. But still.
Right. It Dividing, I don't think drawable is good. I mean, it is, but they have
Fighting,
more.
I don't want it to be drawable.
Because then we
I don't
might have a
want-
map 6.
Have a map 6, which would be very annoying.
Incoming 30 seconds.
True, but also drawable. Well, actually, yes, Bandits makes a good point. It is still losable, too. I don't think it's going to be. I think this is draw or win for CC. I don't think you lose this first point. I think that's practically impossible.
One. Attacker.
But they aren't coming out with double snipers.
Defend objective A.
Crashable. The game could also crash dividing. That's all.
Oh my god, please. Dividing, don't say it.
Anyways,
Kiss shot falls semi-low and he has to fade off, which... Oh, Vantage. Oh no, Vantage is still on point.
he's low. He's half health and Fangus gets hacked, so your tanks aren't in the best position. Vantage dies, so does Court. Fangus might be able to keep. I think Fangus might be able to keep the rest of their team alive.
is
Doing phone things, but steady.
Uh,
I think CC have this. I think CC have this. They have the closer spawn, plus they have coalescence to kind of seal it up. Yeah. It's just the Lucio now. He's gonna stall point. Oh, Court's gonna stall point as long as they can.
okay. Well, now it's definitely either drawable or losable, as there's no physical way that Mob Mentality can win this. Which means no matter what, we're going to map 5, baby. Woo!
All right.
Girls Baby Diva. Nice.
Yeah, Fangus got demeched by the Lucio at the very end of that, so that's honestly it wouldn't surprise me if Fangus literally just runs in there.
Oh
with
no,
the-
I think he like literally stood in front of phone as he shot him.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It wouldn't surprise me if Fangus went in there to die. Oh, Kishot sees phone on the high ground, so he's called that out to his team likely.
I mean, it's not exactly a surprise that he's over there.
Kishot is in point. He's just going to die instantly. He just TP. But you know what? I don't think it matters. Okay, here's his self-destruct. This could be huge.
Nothing.
The stone barrier saves everyone. Tyranitar, excellent job. And here's the other Diva self-destruct from Fangus. Doesn't get.
Big thing is Steady State has his old.
Yeah, Kilroy's dead, so no counter EMP. I think
Corpy
Steady
has to
State
hide.
Steady State got the phone. He might ult now. I think you ult now.
Hide. Corpy. And he's
Steady
hacked
State
actually.
EMP.
Steady State hasn't even had to use it actually yet.
Just use it. You only need one tick. And there's a May.
Phone gets hacked as well.
Just hand hacks him.
What kind of beat was that, Corpy? Only
EMP. Here we go. Gets 3 and tears away the beat from Quirtby. And with only the Lucio and Winston left, only Lucio left.
This
Is that it? Is that it? Map 5.
map 5, baby.
This
We
decides
got
it. We're not going to map 6.
We're continuing on, baby. This is Chaos Incarnate. Which Blossom was this?
Oh, this was the one fight at the very end. That-
Oh my god.
yeah, this is where Kilroy messed up.
This is where Kilroy, for some reason, touches point.
And
I
everyone
think he
sees
was trying
Kilroy
to backcap a tick.
Yeah, well, your team just died a little too fast for that to happen.
Just a little. Well, map 5, Busan. Don't get a choice in that matter, thank goodness. It's not Oasis. No, map 6.
No map 6.
Well, will we see phone on his new signature Rhyme? I mean Echo?
Listen, switch phone and silent sword, okay? Phone's your new main tank.
I don't think that would be a good idea. Purely because I don't know how good his Rhine is other than, ooh, I see Rhine. Time to charge. Ooh,
I'm
I
looking
see
at
enemy
chat.
team. Oh, I see enemy team. Time to shatter. Brr.
I'm looking at chat and everyone's like map 6, map 7. Because they're
You
still
can't
on.
go to map 7, chat. Ha! We physically
You-
couldn't after that map.
Yeah, well, you could eventually.
Okay, yes, you can get to map 9, I think we calculated out.
Yes.
Which is a big no-no.
okay, okay.
So I think map
But.
yeah, no, map 7 is highest because you can draw 2 and then we just play control continuously.
But Houston and Boston made it to map 7.
Houston and Boston was an atrocity and we don't talk about that game.
You mean Oscar night, but Overwatch?
We do not speak of it. It didn't happen.
Okay. Streamer is ready. So now we're waiting on the teams to tell us they're ready. We're going to Busan. We're gonna see some interesting picks here. Some more Echo, some more Sombra, hopefully some Widow.
I'm suspecting that downtown will be the Widow Fest of who can kill Kiss Shot and how many people can Kiss Shot kill.
Yes.
And then the other two, who really knows? You could see an Echo, you could see a Tracer. Who knows? Let's see a Torbjorn and Symmetra strat. I don't
Do
know.
it.
It probably will lose, but it'll be funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, it might not. Remember, Torb's not a meme anymore.
Okay, but Symmetra still is.
If we see that Reinhardt Sigma that we saw in King's Row, Symmetra no longer is a meme.
That's not okay. I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you. Well, no. The problem is, if we see that Reinhardt Sigma, you know, Phone's going to go Echo to bully Vantage more.
Right. Hmm. And we have Echo soon. Alright, so Dianatar said that CC is ready. We're waiting on Mob Mentality to say they're ready. They have like 2 minutes left or something.
Actually,
Oh
2
my.
minutes exactly. Nice job.
Nice.
You're a genius.
Anyways,
Oh, my voice is dying after
I know.
maniacally cackling.
Hedwig, if Hedwig sees any more Echo Rhine charges, this is gonna go insane. MM's ready, Mob Mentality, and
We're heading in. Let's see what our first point will be.
what is CC's actual name again?
Content Credence.
Content Credence. That is so difficult to say now. I know why I said CC the entire game.
Well, it's also your
A lot
the
shorter.
other one is Chengdu Chads, which is much easier to say. So I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be CC and Chengdu Chads.
I think so. Yeah.
Actually no, I think the abbreviation is actually CDC.
Yes, it is. And then you have Team CDC, which is a Dota 2 team, and then you.
Phone is currently opting for the Reaper. Will Kissshot go his signature Widow? That is a good question.
I think his shot's honestly gonna go Reaper.
I mean, his Widow worked out better,
It did, but
or he's
I
just not
just
going to pick. Is Kissshot here?
pause the game. Pause the game.
I think you might want to pause.
Okay, no,
Oh,
he's
no,
here. He's
okay.
here.
Just took him a while, which is kind of bad because now it's a 5v6.
5-on-6, but
It's a Widow, so
here's the thing. Mob Mentality don't know that.
Mom and Telly don't know that, and it's also a Widow, so being 5v6, well,
Well, Fingers will get DMAC'd instantly. Or very early.
no counter for Phone.
And Mob Mentality will cap this first point, almost guaranteed.
Especially because Phone is now bullying Kissshot.
Yeah.
Phone had enough of being killed by headshot, so he just decided to TP right into his face, and unfortunately, as good of a Widow as Kissshot is, I don't think he can kill a Reaper in
The big, unfortunately, is the stall on the Fangus there.
Steady killed Phone?
Phone?
Phone, why would you challenge a Sombra sitting on a pack who now has EMP off of you?
Why would you be that far in their backline, period?
Oh, well, just EMP.
Well, it's a 5-on-6, but this time CC knows it's a 5-on-6.
Actually,
And-
correct. It's a 4v4.
Okay.
5v4,
Well-
actually, as it swings in the favor of.
Well, Phone's back
Mob.
as well. So, okay, I guess you don't need Phone. I guess he can just do that. As he teleports while getting battered around by Reinhardt, and here's the death boss, and that was... He got hacked out of it! Phone gets hacked
What?
out of the death boss, but he says, you know, I'll take
Why?
Mickey as consolation then.
No, he also took
And-
out Fangus' neck.
Word speed goes down.
It's not
Just
gonna matter.
not trying to do stuff.
It's interesting. Steady actually looked like he was about to EMP at the very beginning of that fight, but he dies before he could, which probably causes them to lose that, as now QuirkP will have his beat, which he didn't have originally, and he definitely knows that Steady has EMP, as you see him hiding.
There's no doubt Steady has EMP. At this
Oh, he
point.
actually accidentally booped Steady out of... accidentally booped him out of invisibility, I
Oh
think.
my gosh. Oh, here's a bomb, and that's going to get no one from Jula. And Kilroy actually tries the EMP to help make sure the bomb gets someone, but it doesn't still. Jula will be so low, finally gets out of mech.
State still has not used this EMP. He's held it for so long. He has to be close to using it, right?
Steady state. Why aren't you using it? There we go. It finally gets used, and it only gets court P.
What? I mean, yeah, court P was hacked. EMP hit no one.
Much better.
Steady state. I say this again in the nicest way possible. Please stop playing Sombra.
Like, you're now in a fight. You're in a one-fight situation. You're running up against 4 ults, and you don't have EMP to counter beats.
Because you used it against 2 people and didn't get either of them. And Kiss Shot literally just took you
All
away
of
from
the ults,
watching
and
phone.
Vantage is gonna die in Primal being an ult battery.
Yes,
Well,
and
that-
well, Fengus gets back in mech, so
It won't
kind of
matter.
good news.
Where even is Fangus?
I don't know.
Oh no, he's
Oh.
in spawn.
They're in spawn. Yeah, that's why Fengus got back in mech, and they're hacked.
Dead. And Vantage got booped off point. Well, this is chaotic.
Yeah, so as I was trying to say about 3 fights ago, Mob Mentality pretty much have this point won.
Steady State somehow kills Quirpy, but Phone is gonna get his ult, and so will Jula.
Tyranitar just died during beat.
Oh.
And Jula's gonna, yeah, this is over.
And Phone doesn't get to pop his ultimate, unfortunately.
I want to point out, Steady State has 84% EMP. Had Steady State actually used their EMP at the start of that fight, where he eventually used it, he would have another one right now.
Yep, but he didn't. So
That
he was waiting so long. I understand why. He was trying to wait for it to do EMP and counter to beat. The problem is you're never gonna get that opportunity unless Lucio is bad or your team is already winning the fight, in which case Lucio probably shouldn't beat anyway. The only time that's okay is if you have a Graviton. As Phone swaps. Ooh, first time we're actually going to see a Widow from the side of Momentality. They haven't run a Widow once. Now we're seeing Kilroy on it counter Kiss Shot.
I mean, they didn't even run Widow on King's Row to get that early pick.
Yeah. Maybe they were
So-
trying to hide how good Kilroy is that Widow? Question mark.
I think they're more of, it's this map.
You
Kiss
kinda
Shot
do.
is going to run Widow, and nothing else gets up there.
Well,
Oh,
he dies.
Kiss Shot gets Kilroy, so
It
we know who the
doesn't
better
seem
Widow
to
is.
matter. Well, at least in that fight. It doesn't seem to end up mattering though, as unfortunately the Widow duel may have reacted.
Doesn't Kiss Shot has
kill.
3 now in this fight. Van
kill.
Vantage rezzed. So Kiss Shot goes down, but is now a 5-on-4, and Jula's hacked. So no defense matrix.
A 5v1, I think.
Right. So you may have gotten the first cap.
Pause.
But Vantage will ask for another pause.
Internet issues some more?
Yeah. I mean, last week we had Panera disconnect 3 times. So before they subbed him out.
Mid map or like
No,
Well-
yeah, he disconnected 3 times in the middle of matches. But I think one was at the beginning. He got back, but one was at like the beginning of a map, or like when everyone was in spawn room.
yeah, it's 5.
Yeah, it's 5 per map, so 5 minutes per map.
As far as I'm aware, it's anyway. 5 minutes
So-
per team actually.
Right. CC will definitely get this point cap. Silent Sword's the only one alive. Eddie's half health. So CC will. Oh yeah, that's right.
Um,
If you hit escape,
Just for future reference, you actually aren't supposed to pause in the middle of fights. You let the fight play out. I think that's in our rules.
oh oops.
Whatever. It doesn't really matter as this fight's basically over. Silent Sword's
Right.
not going to be able to hold it.
Yeah,
but
it's literally Silent Sword is the only one on point. As I'm
You can
noticing in
actually- I'm
Vicky
spectating-
Fluffy killed Jula.
I'm spectating in silent, and you can see Farah, Mercy, and Widow are like right outside a point. But if they try and contest, they're just gonna die.
Right. So, plus I think at this point you just feed bodies and ult charge because you're probably going to go in one at a time. So just give up the point. Beep, 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 beep. So also dividing it is
Still broken.
I don't know. Also, yeah, dividing. If you hit escape, you don't have to hear the beeps. Anyways,
Oh Lord. 3 minutes. This is okay. We got an
Right.
R. Means they're ready.
yeah, from Vantage's team. So now we're waiting on my mentality.
Mentality is ready because I don't want to listen to this beep. There we go.
All right, we're ready. Here we go.
Now
starting back
let's
in
go.
5.
It instantly melted.
And he's dead.
There he goes.
And
Kilroy jumps up.
Why?
Right.
oh, Silent gets res, so you'll stall out for another 10% at least. But
And
you're not gonna get this point back.
Owen got blocked.
Jula's back.
I mean,
Anna's
it's not-
dead. Okay,
They
yeah, now
for 40%.
20% from when the pause happened. So I guess it was good.
Honestly, worth it. I mean,
But I mean, everyone has ult now except for Tyranitar.
yeah.
So
Phone is playing so carefully. He does not want to peek at all. If he gets Kiss one opportunity, he knows he's dead.
ooh, he's trying though. Oh, there's a diva bomb right there, and he's hacked. Kilroy gets kiss shot. Oh, that's exactly what Momentality needed to open this fight up.
Absolutely, because now you've lost your main source of counter against a Phone. As Phone's now probably going to just run free in the back line.
Ended up barraging. No way. Yeah, ended up barraging. Doesn't get anyone with the barrage per se, but
Phone
does
did
get a kill.
Kiss shot win.
Oh my gosh.
As they
So
stalled at the
Kim-
point. And purely because of that very long stall on their part, they are still even, and they're going to end up having the advantage when usually they'd be at a 20-30% disadvantage here.
Steady State is in the opposing spawn though. Is in Mob Mentality spawn.
He is indeed. I don't think they know he's there though.
Don't. That's the thing.
They have sights up, so
Now they do. Now that would have been a good kiss shot. Just gets another kill, and Vantage is primaled. So while the Phone? kiss shot. Oh, that bomb's gonna get someone T-tar out of air.
And Fingers jumps off the map.
I mean, yeah, the rest of your team's
You're
dead. So I wouldn't have mind did Steady State staying back where he was in the enemy's spawn.
This is
If he
final
was
fight.
anywhere close to EMP, he was at 46%.
This is final fight right here. And honestly, I don't see a way in hell they're winning this. Although hacking Phone is definitely a good start. If Phone dies here, they have a chance. Phone could get hit by the train. Nope.
Oh, Phone doesn't die, but now Steady State's on Kilroy, and Kilroy is low and dead.
The problem is, so is their Mercy. It
So it's
somehow
their
goes
support.
through.
Vantage, it has to be Vantage with no healing to bring this back, and Steady State has the EMP.
It hits 2, but it doesn't seem to be enough, and that will be Mob Mentality. 3-2.
Taking the game, taking the map, taking my voice.
Goodbye, vocal cords. Oh,
Panera bench for PC crimes. Oh my gosh. Yep. So this was the barrage that didn't actually. Oh,
it kills one.
it didn't show up that it was the barrage though.
Guitar, I think.
Oh no. The boop doesn't deal damage, right?
No, it doesn't. He boops guitar off the side on an
Oh my gosh.
Um,
And if you need you to buy anything. Oh, he's Canadian. Okay. So,
well, that
interview
was
with mob mentality. Yes.
um interview who?
Phone.
Phone.
Was Phone interviewed last week though?
Uh,
He probably was.
so that
Let's
means
be
let's
real.
pick let's pick
Yeah.
silence actually.
Sword. Okay.
Let's ask him. Unless they like unanimously vote phone or something.
CVC lead.
He said yes. Drag him in here.
Okay, give me a sec. Which casting lobby are we in again?
Casting
3.
Rob booth 3.
For some
3?
reason.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, here he comes.
Just gotta on server mute him. Welcome, Silent Sword.
Hello.
Well, first we just want to say congratulations on your rather close win against a team that looks to be very formidable. So good job on that.
Yeah. Kind of
Yes.
I'm happy, but I'm also very tired now. So
Fair enough. So going into this match, how did you feel? Have you scrimmed content credence at all? Did you have any worries about them?
when we were going into this match, we weren't expecting them to have a main tank because that's what we heard about. But when Vantage showed up, we knew that they actually had a main tank, so we became a lot more worried because we know how scary Vantage is on his main tank.
Except
So-
phone difference, Tim.
Yeah, this he out differenced me on main tank. Okay, can we just swap him with me? You know.
That's what I said.
So
Tank.
phone just out differences everyone. So you can't beat him. But yeah, because Red Knight wasn't here this week because he's doing things. I had to fill in as the backup main tank. So I've been practicing a lot Shadow Dive, but they didn't really run Shadow Dive, and they forced us onto weirder comps to try to beat them, which kind of got to us on Anubis, where we should have just gone back to what we were used to and not playing those weird ass comps.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it still definitely worked. If you had to pick one player other than phone on your team who you'd say is probably the best, the glue of your team, the one that holds it together, who would you say that is?
Court, he's so solid on Lucio. He knows what to do and when to do it. He's always clutch with his beats, and he normally keeps our tanks alive a lot of the time.
So, I do have a question. You were in novice last season, correct?
Yes.
Coming from novice, how different is an intermediate?
Not that much different because you just play against the same guys that were novice. So it's just all the novice went up, and now there's a new novice. So I'm just playing against the kind of the same faces. There are a couple new people, but most of the people on most teams I know. So yeah.
Okay.
If you do you have any more questions for him?
No.
So
Bad at
I guess my last question will just be two things. A, if there's anything you want to say to the stream.
Red Knight is the best coach.
Good to know. And then I guess just anyone you'd like to shout at, anyone you'd like to give a high five to virtually.
I would
and
like to
say-
shout out my brother who got mad at me because he's trying to sleep.
Let your brother sleep.
No.
So,
This is
I'm
brother
too loud.
abuse.
Okay. I do actually have a question. Do we know who Bomb Mentality are playing next week?
Yes, we play
do.
what was it? It's Obligation next.
How do you think you're going to do against Obligation with, again, a bunch of returning faces?
I think we're gonna do better because Red Knight is a lot of our glue as a team, and he's gonna be back for that game. You could definitely see it in my play style. I'm not as comfortable as the Winston as he is, and he knows how to tempo his Winston better than me. So I think we'll have a lot better of a chance with him back.
Okay. All right. That's all I have to ask.
Same. I mean, just congrats on your win once again. You guys did a fantastic job, and we'll let you go to celebrate now.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Yes.
Bye.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up our stream, I guess, for the day. Thank you so much, everyone who decided to join us for this rather long but very exciting game. I can tell you right now the scores for one of the games. DC 3-0 to Bench Gang. I highly recommend watching that game, as I did hear it was decently exciting, even if it was a bit of a stomp. The other two games, well, one of them's still going, and the other one you'll just have to find out when, or I think,
Capitalism 3-2 to obligation.
okay, well, I wasn't going to tell them that dividing because I was going to make them watch the video. But now you know that capitalism 3-2 to obligation, but I do still
Whatever. By the time the VOD comes out, everyone's gonna know what the game was.
okay, but it's still a sense of mystery. But I still highly recommend going to watch that. It was probably just as close as this game, if not closer. Once again, I have been Hedwig. I'm the expert division coordinator, and I'm joined by our lovely co-caster of Vulcanor
Hello. Yes.
and our wonderful Papega host dividing, and also the commissioner of the league. Just had to shout him out like that. And our wonderful Twitch streamer, Knock on Wood. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.
He called me Papega. Now I get to end this stream. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't get tilted.
See ya.